All right, what is up, guys? What is up? We are going to get into this bad boy here today. Eric here with Traveling Trading. So I wanted to make this video here for you guys because I seen it actually wasn't a lot of videos out there about this. So I figured I'd go through because few of you asked about getting like a little hands-on detail of it. But basically, what we're going to do is just go over how to use the broker TradeUp. Okay. I'll go over it a little bit, touch on why I like it, what I like about it, and just kind of give you guys my thoughts and reviews on it, and just kind of go from there. So this is pretty much like a kind of how to walk through introduction to using TradeUp. Okay, um, so let me pull it up here for us. All right. So if you don't know what TradeUp is a broker, um, pretty much for you to be able to trade your stocks and stuff like that. Um, I mean, overall, I think it's a pretty good platform, especially if you're one of them people that are coming from using Robinhood, but using something like Webull, Thinkorswim, or Interactive Brokers, or any other platform might be a little bit too difficult or overwhelming for you. TradeUp is the perfect thing for you to transition from Robinhood into, and I'll go over why in a second. But Um, it's definitely a great platform. Check it out. I'll put a link for it, in the description of the comments. Obviously, you'll get a free stock. They do that promotion thing too if you do it. If not, just go to tradeUp.com and sign up. You can use it, if you don't want to or not, whatever. But yeah, anyways, the reason why I like it is because it's still complex enough to be able to use into transitioning as, with day trading and swing trading, but it's not as complicated to use as Thinkorswim or Webull or Moomoo. And it's a pretty overall great layout of a platform, okay? Um, so we're gonna kind of cover this thing here real quick, just take a look at it. Another thing about TradeUp that I like is, it allows you to trade margin for pretty cheap. Now, if you don't not familiar with what margin is, do all that research, do all that look at the other videos that I explain all that stuff. But it's a pretty good marginal flat rate, which I think is great, and zero commission as well too. We love our free stuff. Um, from what I found, the execution on it's pretty well. Um, quick heads up as we log into this here. I only put like $100 in this thing, not much in here, just because I wanted to test it out. Typically, when I'm using new brokers, I'll just throw like $100 in there just to make sure I'm not getting robbed or nothing like that, and it's legit. But no, TradeUp is pretty good. So you guys definitely, get it if you can. Um, if you're transitioning from that, basic Robinhood into something else and don't want to get overwhelmed, perfect. It's not a full service broker like E-Trade, Fidelity, or anything like that, but this is the great one to go in to start practicing day trading. We're going to walk through how to do that, okay? Um, so yeah, so this is pretty much the website. Now, two things here. They have, which is pretty cool, the web platform, and then they have the desktop version of the platform. The web platform isn't as detailed as the desktop platform as of yet. So the way you should do this, if you're leaving a broker like Robinhood or something basic, start when you get your account approved and everything like that. Obviously, you want to open an account, do all the submission, submit your information, all that good stuff. It takes like a day or two to get it verified. It's pretty quick um, to do that. And obviously, this is a U.S. broker, so I don't think you can use it anywhere else if you guys are overseas and everything like that. I mean, you can use it overseas if you are a U.S. resident, but I mean, you can't open an account from overseas. I could be wrong. I know they might change that by the time this video is posted, but who knows? Anyways, two platforms: website platform, desktop platform. Sorry, I'm thirsty, working out, stuff like that. Website platform is great, and we're gonna go through and log into this here. You click on web trading, and then you log in. Now I'm already logged in, obviously, because I was playing around with it earlier. But let's take a look at pretty much what it has to offer. So you have mobile trading. The app is great, pretty simplistic to use. You get advanced quotes, things like that. You get professional tools. This is with the desktop version right here. You won't have that on the web platform. It won't be as detailed, so keep that in mind. And it has, smart trading level 2 data, and, rapid entry. You can also paper trade. So if you need another platform to practice on, if you want to practice on this platform, I always recommend paper trade first. See how you get the feel of it. see if you like it, all that good stuff. You can look at pricing. Again, really, really cheap for a broker. Um, Good margin, flat rate, which is good, for you guys who want to short stocks. I know some of you, are bearish traders, so obviously, you want to have a platform that can do that for you, and this can definitely do it. So yeah, so this is pretty much some of the fees and stuff like that with it. Pretty good pricing, as far as what I've seen. But let's go back to the web trading. So with the web trading, you'll see here, it's pretty basic, like I said. You have a simple graph, simple volume weighted average price, line on your graph, simple volume indicators down here. Basic chart layout, nothing too fancy. You can pop it out into another window if you want here. You go here, type in the symbol that you want to, do a ticker on. Let's say if we were going to look at something like PTZ, boom, it pulls up. That's pretty much it. Pretty simple right here, okay? Then you got the markets, and it gives you a good heat map. Um, all sorry about that. Obviously, the emergency vehicles are making noise, but you got all the markets here. New York Stock Exchange, Amex, Nasdaq, blah blah blah. Basic stuff. Basic stuff. It's pretty much filtered out by percentage change right here with all of them, but you can adjust that accordingly. It gives you basic news and stuff like that. Pretty much all the popular news that comes out. Then you can discover stocks. This is one of the things that I really, really like about this platform. The way they have their calendar set up, where you can see earnings, dividends, and IPOs all for that day based on the calendar. It's pretty cool. I think it's very simplistic. Other brokers do it obviously, but it's much easier to read, I think, this way. See, it breaks down earnings if it's on that day, dividends if it's on that day, and then IPOs if it's on that day. So obviously, like today, we had, earnings from all these companies here being reported, either after hours or pre-market. Then you got dividends being distributed from these companies here. And then you got IPOs that came out, like for example, Bird today, a few other ones that were, popular. So all that happened on this day. Whereas like a day on like Saturday, company might have dividends distributed like NYCB, FBC, some other companies, and then some days it might only be just either earnings being reported or dividends being distributed. It won't be no IPOs. Nobody filed for IPO for that day. So sometimes that happens. But what I like about this calendar, I feel like this is something you can just, when you wake up, do your morning routine, pull up the calendar, see if there's any IPOs or something like that that might interest you, especially if it's like a long-term trade that you might want to invest in for IPO, or if you want to look to trade some earnings or dividend plays, however you want to do it. The calendar makes it really simple. So that's the Discover tab. And of course, the Account tab just lists your account. I won't click on that so you guys can't, take my little $100 out of here or whatever. um, you got pretty much this. You got a little bit of settings you can adjust if you want black or white, however you want your settings for a little bit of things, the current version that you're running and all that good stuff. Then you got messages here, direct messages, and then down here is like a little rolling news feed of like different stocks, different ETFs and markets and things like that. So it's a pretty easy layout for the web form. When you're trading, obviously you're going to go into the trade tab here, type in a symbol that you want, and then you can do like extended hours if you want. Um, I like having extended hours on. Obviously, PTZ is running. You guys see me posted that in the group, but just wanted to kind of give you that idea. You can have an extended hours on there, checked if you want as well too. So that's pretty much how that works. Again, it's overall pretty good format to kind of look at, and I think it's just something to kind of get used to. Play around with it as much as you can, and you can refresh it right here pretty easily. You can, set alerts about it, however you want frequency wise there as well too. So you got it, intraday, 5 day, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour, whatever chart you like to use. They don't have like the 4 hour chart on there. So if you guys are, trading like 4 hours or anything like that, you won't have that here. You have to interpret it as much as you can. So that's pretty much how that goes. So that's the web platform. Um, so again, get used to it, play with it. Oops, sorry. And see how you like it. Again, I think it's just good for like getting a feel for the actual platform. Don't like, try to like make too many trades on it or anything like that because I don't think it's ideal for day trading just because of the fact the way that it's set up. You can't do anything like hotkeys and stuff like that that you may want to do with the actual desktop platform. Okay, but play around with that. Like I said, see how you like it. You can't really add like different indicators things like that anything as well too. So keep that in mind. Just pretty much looking at it, pulling up the symbol, and trading it. That's it. All right, so that's just the web platform for you to get familiar with it. At the same time, if you wanted to, if you're transitioning from a broker like Robinhood over to this one, still execute your orders on Robinhood, but use this graph as something to kind of guide you because at least you'll get things like volume bars and volume weighted average price that you won't get when you're looking at Robinhood until they probably update that or something like that. Okay, so that's pretty much the web platform. Now let's take a look at the desktop platform. Obviously, oh, let me pull it up here so you guys can know how to install it. It's pretty easy to install. Let me pull it back up here. Oop, sorry. So let's go back to it here. Now, when you want to download it, like, okay, Eric, well, how do I download the platform onto my desktop or mobile, blah, blah, blah. It's actually hidden. I thought it was just going to be like a button that said, hey, download, click here to download, click here to install. I don't know how good the customer service is. I haven't had to use it, but, just wanted to make a note of that. So you normally think you could click down here, blah, blah, blah. But it's actually you click on platform and you click on get for Windows. And then it'll download the executable file for you to be able to download the desktop. That's how you do it. So it kind of just blended in with the background there. I didn't really like that. It should have had something separate to be able to pull it up. But anyways, download it. I'm trying to make this video as quickly as possible so you guys can kind of just get the gist of it and not have to be bombarded with me and my nonsense. All right. So when you download the desktop, sorry, it's loading up here. This is what it looks like. And this is the platform. Okay. So the reason, like I said, why I like it is because it's kind of a transition to something like Webull and Rumu. It's not as detailed and complex as, Thinkorswim can be or any other brokers, but it's pretty comparable to Webull and Rumu. So let's take a look at this. Kind of just like how the desktop platform was. You have stocks right here, markets right here, calendar here, assets here, but here you can also, do your layout. So here with your layout, you can have 6 different charts. What is the trading hours? Let me double check here because it could be that the trading hours, because it is closed. It's aftermarket right now, but let me pull this back up here. Let me click on that. Yeah, so this is basically just Apple's chart. So pretty much this is where you're going to be doing your trading. Obviously, you got buy, long, short here. Let me see if I can find a stock that's moving after hours. What is Tesla doing something? Let's see. Yep, Tesla's moving after hours. I should have stayed in that trade. But anyways, um, yeah, this is pretty much what it looks like. Normally level 2 will be popped out right here if you wanted to when you pull it up the stock. Now you can also make changes to the time frame: 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour, 2 hour, and then 1 day. So the time frame is a little bit different on the charts as well too than on the desktop version versus the mobile version. I'm sorry, the web platform version. You got pretty much adjustments made here. This is how I would basically set mine up if I was going to use it to execute. I actually might start doing that since sometimes I might want to short depending on how the market goes. Um, to change your indicators, you're going to click on where it says all indicators, and you guys know me. I like to have what? The moving average, convergence, divergence, RSI. Like my volume bars to be there as well too. Exponential moving average, moving average. Now, one interesting thing that they have here as well too is this tool. There's an indicator called Magic Point. You guys know me. I'm gonna keep it 100. I honestly don't know what the heck this is, but it looks really interesting. Look at it because when it does that, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't, I don't know. I don't know. And now, obviously, all indicators are lagging indicators, guys. Okay, you just want to use them as kind of a guideline. You don't want them to determine, you know, your entries and exits. Sorry, I'm not going to go through a whole course ran on here. Just kind of know that. But I thought this was just kind of an interesting indicator to have here. I'll look up more about what the indicator is, but that's pretty much it. I was trying to find the super trend indicator. I didn't really see it unless I'm overlooking it. If I'm overlooking it, let me know in the in the comments. But yeah, I mean, these are pretty much the indicators I would need. I would like to have super trend. It's not a make or break all for me, but it's good to have. But you still got things like Bollinger Bands, the KDJ, OBV. Um, it's a whole slither of different indicators you can use, but that's pretty much it though. You can't really, they don't really have any other things other than the ones that are listed there. Now, obviously, Thinkorswim has much more of a complex platform. Webull is a little bit more detailed with their indicators, but all that stuff could probably potentially overwhelm you. So I think this is a good start for you if you're transitioning from Robinhood to another platform where you want to be able to do more as a trader. So this is why I say that. So it's not too much, but it's not too little. I think it's just right. You still have the ability to make, drawings and stuff like that if you want to, draw your trend lines, however you want to do. You can make the adjustments forever. It's kind of like having TradingView on your platform, or kind of similar to like how you can do it with Webull and Thinkorswim. And you got other drawings you can do here, head and shoulders pattern, all that good stuff, different time frames that you want and whatnot. And executing your trades is easy: buy long, sell short, however you want to do it. You can short sell. If the trade is there to be short sold, you can do that. This right here will show you trades that you're already in. This is just the ETF I bought. Like I told you guys, I put like $100 in there, so I just bought like an ETF. I bought SoFi. It pays like weekly, so that might be a good. No wait, TGIF pays weekly. I don't know how often. I think SoFi might does too. I don't know. Anyways, that just shows you the positions that you're in that you might still have. Okay, so that's pretty much what that is. And then you can do like recent stocks that you looked at. Things that are also might be on your watch list would show up there as well too. And obviously we trade, U.S. stocks, Hong Kong stocks, options, or whatever. So for you options traders, if you want to use that, you can too. So that's pretty cool. Um, Pretty much here's just toolbars. You can refresh it anytime you want. Refresh your screen there. But it's a pretty easy setup there. Your chart settings, it doesn't really, do too much detail with the chart settings. Just how you want your candles formatted. Um, Different things with like extreme prices and the candles and all that good stuff can be applied there too. That's just basic displays. And then you can change the appearance of like, the vertical grid, horizontal grid, how you want to do that. Or you can just set everything to default, however you want to do it. But that's just a quick basic chart setting there. And that's pretty much all it is. You can see the positions you're in down here. You can see the orders you have down here, anything that's pending, canceled, or filled. And I'll show you where you're at now with those, those positions. Oh, I have a BOD position. I think this was from yeah, look at one share. Someone must have signed up with the link. But anyways, that's where your positions will be at too, guys. So that's a good way to get it. But overall, normally you'll see level 2 right here when, it's moving, but obviously it's after hours, so you're not going to see much. Um, that's going to be there. And then you got different material right here. So that's pretty much this overall chart. That's how you would use, you know, TradeUp. Calendar, again, simple layout, all the different stocks you want. Let me see if it actually pulls up anything right now. Probably won't. Yeah, probably because it's after hours. But let's take a look here. You got multi-charts, you got multi-cycles if you want to look at different cycles. Active trader. Now this is pretty good, pretty good layout for those of you who, know how to use active trader. We won't go into that whole spill right now, and all that good stuff. But yeah, play around with it, see how you like it. Again, I think it's just a good broker to get used to using. They don't have things like a chat room, um, and all that overall other stuff like Moomoo or Webull and Thinkorswim has. But for you to focus as a trader on, you know, getting used to a system, definitely use TradeUp and do that, okay? So I just wanted to make this tutorial just so you guys can kind of get an idea of it, you know, get wind of it. Again, I didn't really see too many videos on there about how to use this or even that, mentions it, but play with it, guys. I mean, it's a free broker. You don't get charged any commission. I mean, you only have the marginal, you know, rate for if you're shorting, and that's about it. But overall, thumbs up. So hopefully the guys at TradeUp will keep, improving on this platform and, giving the new traders something to be able to look forward to. All right. So that's it for the segment, guys. If you have any questions, shoot me an email, shoot me a comment or something like that. I'll be happy to answer it for you. If you have any other brokers you want me to review, let me know in the comments below. Or if you have another broker that you think is probably, better than this, let me know which ones. I'm always interested in looking at different brokers and utilizing them. Um, you guys know what my front runners are. If you don't, come join us to find out. But yeah, so this is it, guys. Till then, stay green.